Peace and love, y'all. So, I have a message for y'all that has been coming into me, and it's 11:33 on the clock. So, if you've been seeing 11:11 or even 3:33 or even the numbers 11:11:33, go check them out. Those numbers may be for you. So, um, mm, I've also been seeing 12:12. 16, 16, 65, 65, like a lot of sixes, a lot of sevens, 777. So if you've been seeing those numbers, these messages may resonate. But welcome, tribe. So I'm actually going to do a live collective reading. I haven't done live readings a lot on YouTube, but I figured I'd do one today. Um, so it's Hoodoo Heritage Month. If y'all haven't yet, make sure you check out my website, shop-invoke.com. And I have all types of services from sound therapy to coaching to readings. I do have some oils and candles that's on the site, and I have a fall package that's on there where you get a energy cleanse, a money candle, and a crown of success candle. And the crown of success is to help you with accomplishing whatever goals it is that you have set out for yourself. I know that a lot of people, um, when we think about setting intentions, a lot of times we think about, well, we do it during a certain type of year or a certain season. But now is still a good time to set intentions. We have a very powerful full moon. Some people do release work during the full moon. Some people use it to, set intentions. But we also just had a new year that came in. Everybody's on like a different calendar. So I believe our new year started in August, and there is another new year that starts around September or around that time. It just depends on the African traditions and cultures. So y'all know that for me, I practice African spirituality. So I teach from that perspective and kind of go from there. Um, so the New Year's for us are a little different. It's not like at the beginning of the year. And I know for indigenous people, they have a new year here that is in March that they participate in. But ours is actually like in the summertime. So it's a reason for that when it comes to, I believe, like mating and just having children and, certain things that we manifest into our lives when we understand our calendars more. And it's something I'm still learning, y'all. So I'm not the master teacher at that. I'm a student at this area. I'm just sharing what I learned. So we're going to get into a collective reading, but the message that I've been getting is karmic lies can't destroy divine unions. So when we're talking about divine unions, we're talking about a divine masculine and a divine feminine energy that has come together in harmony. And in our culture, that is an actual masculine and feminine. So an actual man and an actual woman. Now, each of them can have masculine and feminine, traits within, because we all have that in us. And that is something that we have to learn how to heal and balance out. We all have a mother and a father. And so that's important when we're healing, doing our shadow work, and evaluating how even our relationships with those who came before us, how they created our thoughts on what love should be and what it should look like, right? And so sometimes we do have to do a lot of inner work and deep healing, even to be able to embrace ourselves, forgive ourselves for any lies that we've told ourselves about love or learned about love, as well as to be able to embrace someone of the opposite gender that we can fully be in a harmonized relationship with them, because there is a war on us psychologically and emotionally, where we're always being manipulated through the media and things that don't portray healthy relationships of love. And so, when we're healing, we're working on identifying the things that we have been taught that may have been romanticized, or may just be a toxic view of how love should go, or something coming from a toxic history or culture, and embracing our culture, which teaches us how to harmonize in our relationships and bring balance and order and healing, so that we can actually grow, evolve, and feel safe around the person that we're with, because we don't want to be in a relationship with people that we can't be safe to grow and evolve with. And that's the thing about soul connections, is that they allow you to grow from your heart space. They allow you to heal um, your heart, right? So you want relationships that here doesn't make your heart heavy, that doesn't make you in a place where you're always angry or grow bitter or you're grieving because they're cheating. That's not a divine connection. And not saying that people cannot heal, because people can have negative traits in the relationship in the beginning, and they can work towards healing if they're actually honest with themselves and they want to heal. So I'm not saying that relationships that have had conflict in them cannot be resolved, because people can heal and grow past those traumas, but it does take for one person to recognize and start the healing, or both, or what really matters is if two people are already doing the healing work and then they just come into alignment. But that's not always how it is. Sometimes it takes for someone, especially if you're already in a union, to take the initiative to lead into the healing and to help with your partner with that, because they just may not know certain things or how to articulate certain things, but you may be the leader in the relationship that leads in that area of healing. Um, And that comes with not always being reactive, or, whatever the case may be, when um, things aren't always going our way. But anyways, we're going to get into this reading. And like I said, the topic was karmic lies don't destroy divine unions. And so I identified what the divine unions are. And that is what we all are working towards accomplishing in our love lives, is a partner who balances our lives out, someone who's honest with us, someone who isn't going to put a whole lot of trauma on us. They should be our safe place. Black men and Black women should be a safe space for each other in this world that is already working to exploit and tear us apart. So we have to be able to create that for ourselves. And um, with this world, we have to be able to separate from the lies of the world, because the lies of the world not only is in propaganda or things that you may find in your upbringings or whatever the case may be. It may sometimes come from family or friends. It may come from enemies. It may come from exes or people who are jealous or bitter. So when you're walking in a space of divine union, you must always make sure to include God. Always include your ancestors. Always create a sacred space for you and your person to have silence and to communicate, to resolve the issues and think. You need the space to be able to think, because when you have karmics around you in divine unions, they will work to do anything to break those unions apart. Like, they're there to basically test those unions. And I've been seeing that message in the past few readings, just from other channels, is the karmics. Like, the karmics are angry, the karmics are bitter, the karmics are telling lies, the karmics are trying to break up but you can't break up something that God brought together. Like, and that's the thing that karmics don't understand. So with divine unions, these are people that in somewhere in our Akashic records, the Most High, the Creator and Creatress, our ancestor and ancestress, they created us. They already knew somewhere in the divine plan in the stars that we were going to be birthed into existence here and manifest into the physical realm. Each of us are a soul that is having a physical experience in this earthly realm. So our spiritual body, before we manifest in the physical, already had a calling. We were called here to fulfill some type of purpose. Everybody's not meant to be a part of that purpose with you. You cannot force someone to be a part of a purpose that they're not meant to be in. The person that is going to align with you in that purpose, in the place that God has called you, is not going to be somebody who breaks you down, who tears you apart, because that's not what God would intend. That's not what your ancestors would intend in a divine union. In a divine union, this is two people who are called with a purpose. And when they're following their purpose, they end up aligning with each other. It's a God union. Okay, it's a sacred union. It's something that is a powerful union that was already orchestrated from the divine, from the heavens, from the stars. So it's something where these two people were sent to planet Earth to incarnate, to become one with each other. So when you study African spirituality, you have the concept Bayati, which is a twin flame concept, where each of us were sent here with somebody. But because we are not practicing our culture, we just guess with people. We just go off of vibes, or we just, we're not accurate. We think we're doing it right based off of what we've been taught under colonization, but we're not doing it correctly based off of our culture, which would allow us to actually be in our true selves without having to go through the karmic lessons. So the two people that were sent to be with each other, you have the Bayati concept, and then you have the Akoma concept, which is the same thing. But I think with the Bayati, they teach that this is where the twin flame concept originates, is that each of us, all deities in our culture, all of our ancestors had a masculine and a feminine. We were designed and created that way to have balance. That's the yin and the yang. We all have to have that. It's a part of nature. The sun and the moon. Okay, everything has a masculine and a feminine. Everything that exists has a light, a dark, is some type of opposite, but the opposite is the yin and the yang, so it creates a whole. So you have a positive and negative, you have a masculine, you have a feminine. That's what creates the balance, the whole. That is what balances out the scale. So we were all sent or created with someone. We were grafted up, whatever you call it, by our ancestors to have a purpose here. And when they created us, they was like, we got to create a balance for this one. So each person was assigned a masculine and a feminine. All the other stuff that we have out here is new age stuff that people have created on their own, and they just doing what they want to do. Is not accurate. Okay. We were assigned somebody. And then in a coma, you have a similar concept where our ancestors and God in African culture teaches you that we were still assigned with somebody. But it's not a twin flame concept, it's a soulmate concept. So either way, whether it's a twin flame or a soulmate, it's still your person, is what I'm saying. Everybody might not find a twin flame, but you may find a soulmate. But how do you know that somebody is your soulmate? Is that you practiced our culture, which was through community, through following your purpose, through having the right guides and elders. And we did divination and things where people would be able to identify in the community who was your soulmate. So it wasn't just, oh, you like him and y'all like each other, y'all vibing good, and this is lust starting off. Or it feels like love because there's an attraction, right? And the attraction and that honeymoon phase is usually what gets us. But then we don't know how to work past that. We don't know how to get past that when the bad stuff starts to come out. And so our culture teaches us how to cultivate skills to be able to harmonize in those times. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you can still cultivate these things and do this with anyone, but it's gonna flow easier than water when you're doing it with somebody that is healed, or you're doing it with somebody who's also doing the work on themselves, or somebody who also wants the same thing as you. Okay, if people ain't on the same page with you and they ain't trying to be in the love union, can't force them to be, but if they sincerely want to do it and they trying to change or do the work, we can do the work. All right, we can work with them, we can work together and make it happen. So we're going to get into this reading, and we're going to get the truth about our divine connections out here. So let's see what we got going on. We just want the truth and nothing but the truth. All right, now I'm seeing fire signs. So someone could be dealing with a fire sign. I'm also seeing teamwork. Teamwork make the dream work. So some of you guys can be working towards a project, especially with that fire sign being there. Someone could be working towards something or making some stuff pop off. And it can be a fire sign. Ooh, who coming between a divine union? Who? Do you see what the first card is that came out? This is a two of water. It's a two of water. It's a two of cups. This is marriage, okay? The first card that came out is marriage. The first card that came out is a harmonized relationship. Do you see how these unicorn, I said unicorn, how these seahorses are facing each other in the water? And this is a deep emotional connection. It's in the water. Okay, like this is a very intimate relationship. This is two people who into each other. You see how they got their eyes locked on each other? Like these two people, whoever this is for, is true love. This relationship is going to lead to marriage. It's a deep emotional connection there. It's very fulfilling. It's emotionally fulfilling. Okay, so what we got here? I'm seeing two people who have found comfort in one another. Like they don't want to let each other go. We got the 9 of air, but it was upside down when I got it. So what I'm seeing is that you got two people who really into each other. But here come these karmics, right? Because you got a lot of people who might not like this. All right. And when it's like that with divine unions, it's gonna be like that because who want to see two people together that's actually happy? Like, who actually wants to see that? Like, a lot of people are dealing with a lot of trauma and issues that they're having today. They don't have it figured out. And so a lot of people are bitter, they're sad, they're anti-man, they're anti-woman. That we have a lot of weird movements out here now that just are completely bashing the other gender. So it's a lot of people who aren't going to want to see this work out. But it was upside down. So guess what? They can't stop nothing. These karmics can't stop nothing. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, y'all might have a lot of people who got their eyes on you and is watching you. Like, you might have people that's even trying to target you, but guess what? They can't stop nothing. Okay, so we got the 5 of water. And at the bottom of the deck, it was the 2 of fire. And y'all see this line, and this line is here? Like, let me see. This might be a divine masculine. Okay, something with family. This is a divine masculine, like trying to pull himself up. So the divine masculines might even be the ones that's up under attack right now, especially with this 9 of air and this 5 of water being here. It might be the divine masculines that's under attack by these karmics, because he's trying to pull himself up out of water. Yeah, it's like whatever it is, he might feel trapped. He might feel trapped by a karmic or by karmics. Okay, he might feel trapped by multiple people. That's what I'm picking up. But you have the undies and the mermaids here. He might need an energy cleanse, but also this is somebody who has pure energy, but they just have a lot of karmics, a lot of, it's like they got a lot of low vibrational people around them. That's what I'm picking up. But the divine feminine actually raises the divine masculine's aura. It's like the divine feminine is activating something in the divine masculine's energy. And in this situation, what I'm seeing is that logic is going to have to be used. Like, some type of strategy or planning. Let's see. Because this divine masculine feels caved in. You got the message from air. Yeah, he needs a cleanse. The divine masculine does. Because he has some things that's tied to his energy that's weighing him down. It's pulling him back. He's trying to break free from it, but he doesn't know how. And so what I'm seeing is that divine feminines may be the ones who have to do that, uplifting his energy, cleansing his energy, keeping his vibrations high, because that's what's going to help to clear his energy from that negativity that's coming from those karmics. Okay? Because this is a divine union, y'all. Like, the first card that came out was the Two of Cups. This is somebody who is in love, but they're surrounded by chaos or confusion. They're surrounded by a lot of messy energy, and they need their aura cleansed. The Karma card is here. So this can be somebody from your past life. Marriage is definitely the theme in this relationship. The two of you can also be clearing out some type of karma, or the two of you may be coming back from a past life to clear out something from the past, like some type of unfinished business. Also seeing Judgment here. So there's something going on in the spiritual realm with this relationship. Yeah, the Moon card came out. There's something going on spiritually here. Let me see. The two of you may have a strong spiritual connection, and the two of you may also have some type of telepathy where you're communicating with each other. The Five of Earth is here. Someone has some type of fear of failure that can be holding them back. It's like the Lover's card is here. It's like it's at the bottom of the deck. It's like I'm picking up two people who are head over heels for one another. Like I said, you got this at the bottom of the deck. You got two people who are head over heels for one another. There is a strong spiritual connection here between the two of these people. And this relationship may feel very sacred. It may feel very familiar because these two people may have come from a past life. Like, you may have things that remind you of each other. And with this moon, like, the moon may also be something that's revealing something to you guys. Like, you may start having dreams. It may connect you more with your intuition, or you may start feeling certain things, because these moon phases that's coming in are coming in to cleanse. They're coming in to, bring in new beginnings. They do different things. So, like, with this particular moon and us being in Libra season, these are people who are balancing themselves out, as well as finding this new love. Like, people are going into marriage, right? And it's like, what I'm picking up is that this karmic energy is going to be cleansed. Like, it's like some of the things from the past that the two of you have been holding on to emotionally, you're going to let it go. And these things can also be tied to any fears or doubts that you have, especially with this Five of Earth being here. Like, deep down, there are some emotions that the both of you have that's seated, and it's probably in the root chakra, but it's seated in fear. And this fear can come from a lot of those karmic energies and the things that they're saying, or the lies that they've told. But you have to be able to listen to your intuition. That's really important. So this moon may be revealing something to you. So during this time, pay attention, listen, Cut off all distractions. Cut off anybody that's on the outside that doesn't help you to connect with your soul purpose. And really listen. Take time to meditate and listen to what it is that your ancestors are telling you. Because this moon is going to reveal some things to you that maybe even you need to see about yourself or the person. But you begin to realize that the fear that's seated within you was an illusion, is what I'm picking up. Like it's not real, because this relationship, the love that you have for each other is real, but there's a lot of fears, and these fears are creating like a self-sabotage. It's like a, what if we fail? What if this doesn't work? What if they're right? What if, this ends up like this or like everybody else's situation? But this is on God's time. God orchestrated this union. The ancestors orchestrated this union. This isn't on the third dimensional time. This relationship is on a fifth dimensional time. And that's something that we have to remember when we're navigating through the third dimensional realm, because the third dimensional realm will tell us a bunch of lies that will bind us into a place of operating from a third dimension of whatever that lie is telling us. It'll have us operating from that illusion. But you don't have anything to worry about. This is the Six of Water, and you got Yamaya at the bottom of the deck. Both of these are Yamaya. Like there's Yamaya. This is her on the beach as well. There's the mermaid. So somebody could be a mermaid, or somebody could be you see this? Like, this is a dynamic that is going to heal the both of you. Like, it's going to heal your family. Y'all don't have nothing to worry about. This is a family that is going on this healing journey together, and they're by the water. And we just had 2 Yamaya cards that came out. Yamaya also represents marriage. She represents childbirth and fertility. She represents motherhood, intuition, our emotions. This is the mother of the Orishas, the mother of all children. So what I'm seeing is that, and someone could have children or be having children, but even in this situation, this dynamic is coming to heal the family. So if you have children, this dynamic is something that's not only for you and your divine partner. And this is why you got to let go of your egos, because it's not just for you and them. It's not just a love story. This is something that is a healing. This is something that's healing for you and that person and the family. So the children are going to heal too by this connection, because it's a spiritual connection and it's a healing connection. It's emotionally fulfilling. You see all that water there? It's very abundant. Okay, I don't want them to like block my channel, but it's very abundant. Okay, it's very wealthy. Like, it's so much water there. This is a very rich and healthy connection. You see the moon. The moon is at the top of both of these, and it's a full moon, and we're going into a full moon. The full moon, the moon card came out a little while ago. So like I said, there's something that's going to be revealed. Even with this 5 of Earth, it's a moon at the top. But when you get past those illusions, because that's what this card is, it deals with intuition, but the moon also deals with secrets and illusions. When you get past your illusion of fear that things ain't gonna work out, when you get past those karmic lies, you're gonna walk into this season of healing, this season of harmony, this season of retreat for you and your family. You're gonna come across this season of refuge where you can finally let your guard down. Do you see how this woman is on the beach and she's not worrying about anything? It's because she's finally relaxing. She can let her guard down. She can just exist, and everything is okay in her existence. She's not in survival mode. She's not panicking. She's just laying by the beach. She's healing. She's listening to the ocean sounds. I don't know if y'all like to listen to ocean sounds, but listening to the ocean sounds, her life and things that are surrounding her are flowing to her. So her life is at flow. And when you have your Maya coming with it, it's like this is major protection. Like, I don't even think y'all understand just how powerful these 3 cards alone are, because this is super protection. Like, this is it don't get no better than this. Like, I don't know how to tell it. You got your Maya here. Like, you don't get no better than that when it comes to the healing of this family, because that means that this family is protected from negativity. This family is protected from anyone who's coming up to attack it. You can't come through and break up no union that's protected by a divinity or no Orisha or a ancestor. And we ain't just talking about ancestors. We talking about a whole deity, a whole Orisha. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is double 2 cards that came out by the water, and this was the confirmation by the water. So it's triple confirmation that this family is divinely protected by something greater than these karmics. These karmics can't get around that. You can't get around a divinely orchestrated union. Okay? Like, it's just not happening. You got the Ace of Water here. So it's new beginnings. This Ace of Water is full of love, full of abundance. Everything is overflowing. You see all that water? You know how deep and abundant the ocean is? That means that this is endless. This is everlasting. This is overflowing in your life. It's okay to go with the flow. It's okay to relax. It's okay to know that everything is going to work out. You can be happy. This is your happy season. Claim it. All right. This is your season. We got the sun up there. So it's letting me know that once you get past these illusions, once you heal through it, everything going to be so beautiful. It's sacred. That dolphin is sacred. Okay. In some cultures, and when you read this deck about it, the dolphins also represent pure love. They represent Christ. Okay, this is like a pure connection. It's a divine union. Like, you can't get any better than that. We have the earth element. So pay attention to, let's see, we in Leo season. No, we not. We in Libra season. Forgive me. We're in Libra season. And let's see. They're air signs. What comes next? So around the next Earth sign season, I can't even think. We got Taurus. It's Capricorn, Earth sign. I don't know. What are the Earth signs? I know Taurus is an Earth sign. But anyways, the Earth signs, pay attention to the dates that govern these signs. And that might be when you get married. We're going to say might be, because these karmics might be monitoring spirits around here. We just never know, because when they send in that energy, they be sending it, baby. But they can't stop nothing, because we just call them ancestors. And them ancestors coming through. They knocking people over about their children. Do you hear what I'm saying? So what I say? And then this came back out at the bottom of the deck. The lion, this was at the top and this was at the bottom. We ain't making no mistakes over here. The ancestors ain't making no mistakes over here. Okay, they being very loud, like the lion. They roaring. They being very loud and clear. You see how those 3 cards came out with your Maya in the water? Now you got a lion here and lions there. They want the masculine and the feminine to get over their fears, because this card is asking you to be brave, to have courage, to stand in your power, to stand in your authority and know who you are and know that this is your time. All right. Like, we lions around here. We lionesses around here. Lioness. Yeah, but y'all get what I'm saying. But y'all coming in, lion and lioness, to balance each other out. Y'all are coming in a divine union. Do you see this purity that's around them? And they're protecting something. You know what they're protecting? They're protecting their legacy, their ancestor legacy. They're protecting the divine, the divine will. Okay, because this is a divine union. They have a purpose together. So whatever that purpose was that the ancestors and God gave them, they're protecting that. So they're protecting their ancestors' legacy. They're protecting their ancestors' blood lineage. They're protecting their ancestors' inheritance. And because of that, the ancestors are going to give them a lot. That's why this door is green right here. It's abundant. Okay. Is wealth, is healing right here. So they're guarding the gates. All right. Like that song say, guarding the gates. You don't have nothing to worry about. Look at that. I'm trying to stop pulling out cards. Okay, we're gonna start with the Ten of Earth right here. But do y'all see that? The Ten of Earth is the Ten of Cups. So again, you got a lion and a lioness, two powerful spirits, okay, that have incarnated to protect something, to build together, to make something happen. Like, they got a divine purpose. They came straight from the heavens. You can't get in their way. Woo! Let me just tell you, I hate it for anybody who think they can get in the way of God. Okay, that's terrible. That's terrible. You can't get in the way of God. All right. When two people have an actual purpose, and I'm talking about your ancestral purpose that's in your Akashic records, you can't mess with that. It don't matter who y'all karmics think y'all is to these people. It don't matter. They coming in and bringing abundance here. These people about to get the divine feminines and masculines are about to get super wealthy together. Y'all know how wealthy they about to get. We ain't talking about like just a little wealthy. I'm talking about this connection about to bring in a lot of money, right? It's about to bring in a lot of resources. It's about to bring in a lot. I mean, a lot, not just for them. It's for the people. It's for the community. It's for the family. Like, whatever this connection is, because it's orchestrated by God, it's opening up a portal. These two are protecting the portal. These two, like I said, they guarding the gate. So it's like there's a portal of wealth that's coming from the heavens, that's coming from the ancestral realm when they align, when they stop pushing each other away, when they heal, when they're in their healed space and they're ready to lead. When these two are ready to lead together and come together and stand on what they're supposed to stand on, they're going to have this. That's why the door is green, because it's going to unlock this. It's going to bring all of this in here. You ain't going to have to worry about nothing. You ain't going to have to worry about what you eating. You ain't going to have to worry about no money. This is the card of material wealth. When two people are harmonized and they're working together, this brings in material wealth. So you have everything it is that you need and more. And you're able to harmonize and build together and build something that is long lasting. With that 10 of Earth card, it's also about inheritance. So the two of you are going to have your pride. Like you're gonna leave something behind, basically. I don't know if y'all know, like y'all done seen Lion King, I'm sure, but how they have something that they're passing down through the blood lineage, and you got this entire kingdom, the king and the queen. You feel me? The lion and the lioness. Y'all got important leadership roles. Like y'all ain't just some regular people that's in a relationship. You have a purpose together that was divinely orchestrated in leadership roles. The two of you have come together to unlock an inheritance that was promised in a prophecy. All right, not just y'all ain't just doing this for fun. You doing this because you were sent here to do it, to break generational curses in your blood lineage and to create generational wealth. And you're going to pass that generational wealth down to the children. The children ain't going to want for nothing because the children um, are healing through this connection. Like this is something that they're going to inherit through this healthy and divine union. So they're going to inherit a lot. They're going to be super wealthy and abundant, and they're not going to need anything. And then you have the community and family and stuff like that, the ones that deserve it. We ain't talking about the karmics now. Karmics, that they gonna run and find out that when you a karmic, baby. But for the ones that end up supporting the divine unions and stuff, they end up elevating with those people because those unions are there to also empower the people around them. Because when you got relationships that are God sent like that, you got to understand the type of protection and aura that's around that union, that people can see that light. You got to understand what actually comes. If you think you powerful now as a manifester, wait till you get with your person. If you a masculine and you into practicing, if you a feminine and you into practicing and you got a strong aura, wait till you get with somebody else that has a strong aura and y'all both pulling from y'all good karma. That karma card that came out. Y'all both pulling from that good energy, right? It's gonna be fire. But I might do another reading later. I just wanted to give that message and share it with y'all and pull some cards. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, love, and light.